My name is Zara, and I need to tell you something that's been burning in my chest for months now. Something that could get me killed in my village. I've been married since the day I was born. Yes, you heard that right. Before I could even cry, before my mother held me for the first time, my fate was already sealed. The village chief claimed me as his wife when I was just hours old. But here's the problem. I'm in love with someone else. His name is Azuka. And what I'm about to tell you, it's going to change everything. Let me take you back so you understand how I got here. I grew up in Umunze village, deep in the countryside, where tradition isn't just respected, it's everything. My father was a poor farmer. My mother, she had lost 2 babies before me, both boys. The grief nearly killed her. So when she got pregnant with me, she was desperate. Desperate enough to make a deal with the devil himself. Chief Okonkwo was the most powerful man in our village. 60 years old, 3 wives already, and hungry for a 4th. When he heard my mother was pregnant, he came to my father with an offer. He would pay for all the medical care, all the ceremonies, everything. But in return, if the baby was a girl, she would become his wife. My father had no choice. They were drowning in debt. My mother was sick. He agreed. And that's how, on the day I was born, while my mother was still bleeding on the mat, Chief Okonkwo walked into our hut, looked at me and said, "She is mine." Growing up, I didn't understand what it meant. I lived with my parents, played with other children, went to the village school. But everyone knew. Everyone whispered, "That's Zara, the chief's baby wife." The other children would tease me. The adults would look at me with pity. When I turned 10, the chief started visiting our home more often. He would sit with my father, drinking palm wine, and his eyes would follow me around the compound. I remember feeling his gaze on my skin like something crawling. My mother would pull me close at night and cry, but she never said why. By the time I turned 16, the whispers got louder. "When will the chief take her? She's old enough now. The ceremony should happen soon." I started having nightmares. In them, I would see myself in the chief's compound, surrounded by his older wives, old and bitter, trapped forever. I would wake up screaming. My best friend Amara tried to comfort me. She would say, maybe he'll be kind. But we both knew the truth. Chief Okonkwo was known for his temper. His second wife had a scar across her face from where he struck her with his walking stick. His third wife had tried to run away once and was brought back in chains. I begged my parents. I fell on my knees and cried, "Please don't send me to him. I'll walk, I'll farm, I'll do anything." My father couldn't look at me. My mother held me and sobbed. "We have no choice, Zara. The debts, the agreement. If we break it, the chief will destroy us. He'll take our land. He'll exile us. We'll have nothing." That's when I realized I was truly alone. Then, 3 years ago, everything changed. I met Azuka. It was market day. I had gone to sell some vegetables from our farm. The market was crowded, noisy, full of life. I was arranging my tomatoes when someone bumped into my table and sent everything rolling into the dirt. "Oh God, I'm so sorry." I looked up, ready to be angry, but the words died in my throat. Standing in front of me was the most beautiful man I had ever seen. Tall, with kind eyes and a smile that made my heart forget how to beat. "Please, let me help you," he said, already kneeling to pick up the tomatoes. That was Azuka. He wasn't from our village. He had come from the city to work as a teacher in the new school the government had built. He was educated, gentle, nothing like the men I knew. We talked that day for hours. He made me laugh for the first time in years. When the sun set and I had to go home, I felt like something inside me had awoken. After that, I started finding excuses to go to the market. Azuka would be there, waiting. We would talk about everything: books, dreams, the world beyond the village. He told me about the ocean, about buildings so tall they touched the sky, about places where women could choose their own husbands. You're special, Zara. You're smart. You're kind. You deserve more than this village can give you. I wanted to believe him, but I knew the truth. I was the chief's property. 6 months passed. Our meetings became more frequent, more secret. We would meet by the river when everyone was asleep. Under the moonlight, Azuka would hold my hand and tell me stories. And slowly, carefully, I fell in love. I know what you are thinking. How could I be so foolish? How could I risk everything? But you have to understand, for the first time in my life, I felt like a person, not a debt, not property, a person with feelings and dreams and worth. Azuka told me he loved me. He said we could run away together, go to the city, start a new life. I'll protect you, he promised. I'll take care of you. You don't have to marry the chief. I wanted to believe him so badly, but I was terrified. Then, 2 months ago, the chief summoned my father. The time had come. My 20th birthday was approaching, and Chief Okonko wanted to perform the final marriage ceremony. After that, I would move into his compound permanently. I would become his fourth wife, his property, forever. My mother wept for 3 days straight. My father couldn't eat. And me, I felt like I was drowning. I ran to Azuka. I found him by the river and collapsed in his arms. "They are taking me," I sobbed. "In 2 months, I'll belong to him." Azuka held me tight. "Then we leave," he said. "Tonight, right now, we'll go to the city. I have money saved. We can start over." But I couldn't. I thought about my parents. The shame, the punishment. The chief would destroy them. He might even kill them. "I can't," I whispered. "I can't do that to them." Azuka pulled back and looked at me. "Then what? You marry him? You let him touch you? You give him children? You die slowly in that compound?" His words cut like knives because they were true. That night, I didn't sleep. I lay in my mat, staring at the ceiling, trapped between two impossible choices: marry the chief and lose myself, or run with Azuka and destroy my family. The next morning, I made a decision. I would talk to the chief myself. I would beg him to release me from our marriage agreement. Maybe, just maybe, he would have mercy. I dressed in my best wrapper and walked to the chief's compound. My legs were shaking. His guards let me in, and I found him sitting under his favorite tree, surrounded by his advisors. "Chief," I said, bowing low, "I come to speak with you." He looked at me with those cold eyes. "Speak." I took a breath. "I want to ask, I want to beg you, please release me from our marriage agreement. I know my father owes you a debt, but I will work. I will pay you back. Just please don't make me your wife." The compound went silent. The advisors stared at me in shock. The chief's other wives sitting nearby gasped. Chief Okonko stood up slowly. He walked toward me, and I could smell the palm wine on his breath. "You dare," he said quietly. "You dare come to my home and disrespect me." I'm not disrespecting you, Chief. I'm just... The slap came so fast I didn't see it. I fell to the ground, my cheek burning, my ear ringing. You belong to me, he hissed. Your father sold you to me before you took your first breath. I own you, and in 2 months I will take what is mine. He turned to his guards. Take her home and tell her father that if she ever disrespects me again, I will take everything from him. They dragged me out of the compound. The whole village saw. The shame was unbearable. When I got home, my father was furious, not at the chief, at me. Are you trying to kill us? He shouted. Do you know what he could do? My mother just cried. I locked myself in my room for 3 days. I didn't eat. I didn't speak. I just lay there, feeling the walls closing in. On the 4th day, Azuka came to my window at night. Zara, he whispered, I heard what happened. We need to leave. Now. I looked at him, this beautiful man who loved me, who offered me freedom, and I felt my heart breaking. If I live with you, I said, the chief will hunt us. He won't stop until he finds us. And when he does, he'll kill you, he'll kill my parents, he'll kill me. Then what do we do? Azuka asked, tears in his eyes. I don't know, I whispered. That was 1 month ago. Now, my wedding to the chief is 3 weeks away. The preparations have started. The whole village is buzzing with excitement. Everyone accepts me. Azuka still meets me by the river. We hold each other and cry. Run away with me, he begs every time. Please. But I'm paralyzed, trapped between love and duty. Between freedom and family, between Azuka and survivor. Yesterday, something happened that changed everything. I was walking through the village when I overheard 2 women talking. They were discussing the chief's second wife, the one with the scar. She's sick again, one woman said. He beat her so badly last week she can't walk. Why? The other asked. She burned his food. He said she did it on purpose. I felt ice in my veins. That would be me. In 3 weeks, that would be my life. Last night, I made my decision. I'm leaving with Azuka. Tomorrow night, we're running away to the city. He has a friend there who can help us. We will change our names. We'll start over. Yes, I'm terrified. Yes, I know the chief will come after us. Yes, I know I'm abandoning my parents. But I choose life. I choose love. I choose Azuka. I wrote my mother a letter. I told her I'm sorry. I told her I love her. I told her that I'd rather die free than live as the chief's slave. Tomorrow night, when the village is asleep, Azuka and I will meet by the river one last time, and then we'll disappear into the darkness. I don't know what will happen to us. Maybe we'll make it. Maybe we'll build a beautiful life together in the city. Maybe we'll have children who will never know what it feels like to be someone's property. Or maybe the chief will find us. Maybe he will drag us back. Maybe I will pay for this choice with my life. But you know what? At least it will be my choice. For the first time in my life, I'm choosing my own path. I'm choosing Azuka. My name is Zara. I was married to the village chief before I could speak, but tomorrow I become free. This is my story, and no matter what happens next, no one can take that from me. I love Azuka, and love, I've learned, is worth fighting for, even if it costs me everything.